Ooh, what's this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to my quick look at Corpse Party, Sweet Sachiko's Hysteric Birthday Bash. It should be said, before we get started, I know diddly squat about Corpse Party aside from I watched, I think, a bit of the first game at one point, and the phrase butter up my pooper. So, we're in for a treat. Apparently, we need to know about the series to play this one. Let's see how it goes. Alright, this is already off to, I have absolutely no idea what tone this game is going for. I am very confused once again as someone with relatively no knowledge of the series. Sure, let's click a button. Bonus? What's the bonus? I always like to go to the bonus first. Okay, we can get some CG art, cursed photographs, music, listen to commentary from the game's voice cast, listen to and create conversations using any of the game's binaural... Oh no, this game is binaural 3D audio? That's so horrible. Character dossiers, read profiles, casebooks. Oh, perfect. Oh, there's a lot, huh? Known as... Okay, so just what... Oh, wow. Oh, there's a whole novel here. Okay, well, oh, you know what? Shoutouts to them for giving this to me. I am not gonna be reading that in this. Well, that's good for people who want to catch up. I sure hope this can stand alone on its own enough for me to enjoy it, because I was just sent this by XSeed. Thanks, XSeed. You guys are awesome, always sending me these things. Sometimes there's a little bit of continuity lockout, but you know what? That's fine. Here we are. What are we up to? I like the mouse cursor. It's very cute. I also think I forgot to set it to 60, but that's okay. I don't think this game matters that much for that. Ooh, a little spooky, I think. This is Heavenly Host Elementary, a hell that exists beyond the concept of place, where the dead roam free and eternally torment the living. Oh, so, you know, not much more different than a regular elementary, heyo. And our story begins when the one who rules over this hell, Sachiko, the girl in the red dress, suddenly lost consciousness and fell to the floor. The child spirits who were bound by the curse of this school all gathered around her quizzically, and the oldest among them, Yuki, reached out her hand to touch Sachiko's shoulder, almost as if in worry. Wow, there is binaural audio. That is gonna suck for me wearing headphones, only for Sachiko to spring her own arm up and grab hold of Yuki's encroaching hand in a single motion, glaring at her prey with bloodshot eyes. Perhaps glaring is too gentle a word, From betwixt her black strands of hair, eyes like daggers shot at Yuki, boring through her already hollowed cranium. However... Oh? So that said that's Iku Otani voicing Sachiko, which means, hello Pikachu, hello Tony Chopper. In the next instant, the expression on Sachiko's face changed to a smile, not unlike that of an ordinary child. It was an infectious smile, too. Yuki, Ryo, and Tokiko, all lit up the candles like candles from its glow. Episode 0, Hysteric Birthday. Sachiko then turned for a moment to face the calendar. Really? We're gonna hyphenate that there? Sure, that's fine. On the wall, as if on cue, the old date listed thereupon tore away and drifted to the floor. As it fluttered with a faint crinkling sound, the newly reborn calendar now proudly displayed its new moniker, July 19th. I think I'm actually gonna be in Japan at that time. Cool. Oh, it's so weird hearing Chopper with a more natural voice. Yoshikazu, you okay, dude? Oh. This is so... There's horrible sounds in the background, but this music. Oh. One very non-canon day. Oh man, I'm in the deep end, huh, aren't I? Look at this Japanese gym. When I came to, I found myself in a very spacious but dimly lit building. The ceiling above me had to have been a good 30 feet or more off the ground, with rows of lights evenly spaced along its entire area. And the floor below me was clearly varnished, shining with a glossy finish. I lifted my head a bit and surveyed the area in front of me. The first thing I saw was a stage flanked on both sides by drawn red curtains. And right in the middle of it was a podium with trumpets, apparently. Boy, this Kill la Kill soundtrack. I legitimately have to turn it down. Okay, the kind you typically see principals standing behind as they introduce themselves to new classes. It's a very Danganronpa gym. Also apologize that my mouse is clearly on screen. I hate that. Can I click when I'm off here? Yes. The rain was coming down in sheets outside, and the steady pitter-patter of it on the roof filled this entire massive space with a deceptive calmness. I think deceptive calmness is a good way to describe this game's tone, huh? On either side of the room, a plastic basketball hoop stretched its way toward the ceiling, eagerly reaching like its players might. This space served as gymnasium and auditorium both, like so many others did in school buildings, from throughout the mid-20th century. I couldn't remember anything clearly, but I had the distinct sensation that this was not my first time experiencing the events of this particular day. Somehow, I could just feel it. And I knew that just a few short hours ago, in our plain, old, familiar classroom 2-9. My friends all performed the ritual that sealed us here in this horrible place. It was called Sachiko Ever After, and try as I might, I couldn't stop them. But something was different this time around. There were a lot of other people around as well. Students from a variety of different schools, most wearing uniforms I didn't recognize. Oh, is this like the big... Oh boy, am I jumping in on the big crossover one? That's probably a bad thing for me. For all the world, it looked and felt like a Monday morning assembly. And I clearly wasn't the only one confused by what was happening. Everybody was looking around in a daze, as if they'd all just woken up. Looking closely, I could see a handful of students wearing the uniform of Byakudan Senior High School, which wasn't far from ours. I even recognized a uniform or two from Polonia Academy High School, I think. We'd had mixers with them in the past. But where was Kisaragi? Had the others not been brought here this time? Was I the only one? Oh, more characters? From deep within the throng, good word of unfamiliar faces, Naomi and Shinohara came barreling toward me. The sight of friends amidst this chaos energized me, as if lifting a cloud from my heart. Forgetting for a moment that Naomi was a girl, I rushed to meet her and hugged her with all my might. Oh, are we also a spaghetti lord in this game? That seems to be a recurring thing. Tears were streaming down her cheeks. Most likely, she'd been subjected to unspeakable horrors in this school until just a few minutes ago, just as Yuka and I had. Is that the butter up my pooper girl? I'm gonna type in butter up my pooper onto Google with safe search on, so I know exactly who is the butter up my pooper girl. Because that is a line that is stuck with me forever. Okay. It is Psycho. Wait! That's her! Okay, I'm gonna read this line out for you. Do you have any of that ass medicine on you by any chance? You know, the smeary stuff. Yep, my butt's been drier in a desert since we got here. Thanks, I'm gonna go butter my pooper real good. That whole exchange is one of the greatest in video games. Can you believe there's people who say that? It's like how this horrible travesty happened. No, it's wonderful. Naomi quickly pushed herself away. Shinohara was staring at her with an impish grin on her face, but she had tears welling up in her eyes too. Yuka, Shinozaki, Suzumoto, and Miss Yui were all together, and seemed to have noticed us all at once. They came running over to join the reunion. Look at all these characters I don't know. Oh my god, how many characters are we meeting? How many are there? Boy, this would mean a lot more to me if I knew them.
バカね、サトシ。何泣いてんのよ。
ひでえ顔だぜ、サトシ。なんだよ、みんなこそ。くそ。会いたかったんだからな。
持田くん。
We'd been told that even though the 9 of us were... I hate how slow this text scrolls. I'm gonna be very real. It needs to go a bit faster. The 9 of us were all here in the same school. We exist in separate closed spaces and may never meet again. Oh, I get the idea of closed spaces. Thanks, Haruhi Suzumiya. Yet, here we were. Not in separate dimensions closed off from one another, but gathered together in the same space, and even the same room. We were still trapped in Heavenly Host Elementary, but my dearest wish to be able to see my friends once more had actually come to pass. So yeah, I was crying. I couldn't stop the tears from gushing out of my eyes, even if I wanted to. We all slung our arms around one another's shoulders and enjoyed this first real moment of This is, again, would be way more of a deal if I played the first couple games, but I haven't. But you know what, I guess that's what happens when I'm just gifted a code for the latest in a series, which really makes me wonder about how do game reviewers handle that? Do they hand them off to the ones who actually have experience, or do they just say, just roll? Actually, I guess they're normally given like primers. I guess a real game reviewer would like go and check the whole history thing, but oh well. One more time, and enjoyed this first real moment of happiness any of us had experienced as this ordeal began. Other voices indicating similar teary reunions could be heard here and there throughout the auditorium. It seemed everyone here was in a similar situation to our own. And it was kind of strange. I recognized some of them as if I'd met them in another life. Yet all the others in attendance were complete strangers.
一体どうなっているんだ。
気絶している間に誰かに意図的に集められないとこうはならないだろう。
そうね。再会はできたけれど、見たところ天神小学校から出られたわけでもないから、手放しで喜べる状況でないことは確かだわ。みんな、まだ気を緩めないで。
Why had we been assembled here? What's gonna happen to us? I had a bad feeling about this, and I clearly wasn't the only one. A collective shudder ran through the room. I actually have no idea whether this is going to change. Oh, here we go. But is this going to actually change into the classic RPG Maker style? Or is this just a visual novel? Let's see what happens when I hit the left click. Well, I have the option to save with a quick save or a save. Oh, I think this might actually be just a visual novel, huh? Okay, well, there's that. But if I go to the options... Oh, very good. Message speed fast. That's much better. Controls. Let's just see here. Oh, I could actually turn up the resolution. I should probably do that just for you guys anyways. I can go up to 1280 by 70, right? Right? There we go. Whoops. No! Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. I should have checked that first, huh? Normally I do that, but I guess I didn't. Screen mode windowed, VSync apply. It should just look... Whoa. Did it not? Oh, okay, well. Sure, good enough. Actually, it looks a little crisper. You could turn around to address the familiar voice that had spoken her name. It was, for some reason, her classmate, Satsuki Mizuhara. Nonchalantly munching on potato chips from bags she seemed to have just taken out of the cupboard. I wouldn't trust any food I found in a clearly haunted place. Oh. Apparently, when you travel to the ghost dimension, food comes with you. I see, sure. We spun ourselves around to see what had produced the ear-splitting feedback pulse. And there, standing upon the auditorium stage, was an enormous speaker. In line with it on the podium noted earlier, as well as the mysterious announcement board covered up with red cloth. Everyone in the room began looking around frantically for any sign of the person speaking to them. Wow, just out there with the cuss words right now. But then again, when I looked up the Hooper line, I read there was one other line that was in there that was very, very, not very nice. Guess that's normal for the series. As usual, Yoshiko did not mince words. But his protests were met by a close encounter with a metal hammer which came whizzing toward him from the stage, spinning wildly through the air. It was positively massive, almost unimaginably so. Like one of those 90s anime pocket space hammers. And the aim was spot on. Landed right at Yoshiko's feet, easily sinking itself deep into the floorboards where it remained standing upright. Yoshiko fell to his knees, absolutely paralyzed with fear. Also realized I didn't fix the scale on this. I apologize. I'm a wreck today. That should be better. Oh man, oh jeez. What was that sound? Oh! That thing's... Are those its lips or is that its open mouth? I can't tell. The giant man, Yoshikazu Yanagihori, was standing on one wing of the stage. He approached the podium at center stage and lifted a very little girl out from behind it, propping her up on his arm so the crowd could see her clearly. Same though. Yoshikazu's response to the murmuring crowd was to stamp his feet hard and let out a bellowing roar, which instantly silenced the room. You're a little quiet. Can we fix that? Okay. Wow. Really? Bring that down to like 40. Bring this down to like 60. Should hopefully make it a bit better. Okay, this is the weird non-canon spin-off for fun times shenanigans. This is Persona Q 3. What? Wouldn't be one of these games without a culture festival. What? Sachiko quickly threw something in Satsuki's direction with deadly accuracy. It was chalk. It smacked her right in the forehead with a fleshy splurt. Down she went. It was one of the girls from another school. She raised her hand enthusiastically, as if this were a proper class and she was aiming for high marks. Sachiko seemed to take well to this, pointing at the girl named Sayaka Oui and urging her to state her business. Naomi seemed to be studying the girl closely. That seemed like not such a smart thing to say. But Sachiko just swatted the idea away like it was a pesky fly without even flinching, and without ever losing her smile. As the boy with the red hair, Kai Shimada, spat out his demand, the rest of the attendees became riled up and began making similar demands of their own. Wish I could understand what they're saying. Sachiko raised her hand slowly, pointed at Shimada before hastily swinging it downward. It would become clear why in just a moment. One of the lights from almost directly above Shimada came crashing down to the floor with tremendous force, brushing up against his cheek on the way down. In a state of absolute shock, a cold sweat immediately formed on his body and he collapsed to the ground in a heap. I don't know if I would laugh at that. But no one else raised their hands. No one else uttered even a single peep. In fact, the room fell dead silent. Somehow this made Sachiko's smile all the more menacing. Then finally the silence broke. Sachiko raised her hand again with a flourish, and the cloth covering the board beside her fell away. Upon it was a hand-drawn map of the school that was somehow simultaneously joyous and extremely creepy. That's way, way longer in English than Japanese. Yoshikazu Yanaho once again bellowed at the crowd and slammed his foot against the floor with all his might. It was such a powerful stomp, in fact, the whole room shook for several seconds afterwards, the lights above clinking unsettlingly the whole time. This guy got the right idea. Sachiko's smile couldn't have been any wider or, surprisingly, any purer. She shifted her weight a bit and hopped over to the podium for a better, more central seat from which to address her captive audience. And then suddenly she pointed toward the presentation board with the conductor's stick she'd somehow procured. It was pretty clear these weren't going to be quite as fun or entertaining for us as we were being so poorly led to believe. Don't worry, it's fine. Okay. Yoshiko barked out his misgivings to spite himself. I apparently have a new item in my Steam inventory. You could turn to look at Satsuki. The complete and utter shock in her voice was beyond apparent. Suddenly there stood Mikuni Tsukasa, decked out in his school uniform, exactly as Yui remembered him from her own school days. Oh, we got the prequel characters meeting the later timeline characters. That's awkward. Yikes! Definitely recognize her. Those school uniforms are iconic. Nana, Chihaya, and Nari all nodded in agreement for some reason. Oh, so it's English. I'm like, what? I was like, what? Why are they using the word hysteric? And it's because they have no idea why. The audience certainly seemed to like it, but then Mayu was in theater club, so it only stood to reason she knew how to sell an idea. Bit by bit, as she surveyed the applauding students, the look on Sachiko's face changed from one of pouting dejection to pure unbridled enthusiasm. She most likely had no clue what hysteric meant. And Yoshiki Shimada and Morishige weren't exactly on board with the idea, a fact which they made abundantly clear. MLG horn, I guess. What? What? Also, did you say lol out loud? Positively beaming now, Sachiko turned her head to look at something farther back on the stage. She suddenly had a knife in her hands and was tossing and catching it absentmindedly as she considered her options. She then swung back and forth triumphantly. Hey, that's me all the time. I'm, like, caught up on We Never Learn, the best manga ever. When aren't they? Oh, he's planning. This is probably the best thing ever for fans of the series. Oh, we're being given scripts for this, huh? Just full on. Oh. Yoshi, can I just call him Yoshi? Alright. Began handing copies of Thing offset book to each person in attendance. Each beautifully bound mini tome was adorned with gaudy decorations highlighting the title of the work contained within. Oh my god. You sold that line. She's not good at coming up with titles, huh? Dang, roasted. Roast the little undead girl, my dude.
俺主役なのか？
You look like a Shujinko, my dude.
ああ、そうみたいだな。ま、別にいいけどよ。俺が主役ってのも変な感じだしな。他に出るのは中島に篠崎。篠崎も出るのか。ってことはハーレムの一員？なんか気分悪いぜ。って、続き。それにゆい先生に。
Uh-oh.
ゆかもいるのか。
Yuka's the little girl. That's not good.
他にも結構出んだな。桐崎東子って誰だ？それに水原さん。
Wait, no, I was wrong.
ゆかの友達だっ
Maybe.
け？
I'm still getting used to the names.
とりあえず中身見てみるか。
Don't skip to chapter 6.
ん？
Same though.
ってこれ、サトシが理由もなくモテモテになるだけじゃねえか。
Well, that's the genre.
だってラブコメってそういうものだ
Yep.
よね。主人公が大した理由もなくモテるものでしょ。
Scathing.
かもしれねえが。
He can't even deny it.
篠崎たちにやらせられっかよ。
私は別にいいけど。
本当にいいのかよ、篠崎。ハーレムだぞ、ハーレム。
まあ、しょうがないわよね。
じゃあもしかして中島もか。
私も主人公がサトシだったらいいかな。あ、別に変な意味じゃなくて、その知らない人だと怖いってだけだけど。
Oh man, our MC is just getting destroyed, huh?
ゆかもか。
まだ台本読んでないけど、お兄ちゃんとならいいかなって。
Oh no.
ゆい先生もかよ。
Yeah, you should object to this.
岸沼くん、私まだ何も言ってないのに、なんで怒ってるの？
先生も賛成なのかよ。
もろ手を挙げて賛成ってことはないけど、怖いのはいいんじゃないかしら。
Alright, okay, I guess it's one of these, huh?
みんなは言ってるけど。
うるせえ。篠崎たちがいいと言ってもこの俺は認めねえぞ。
お兄ちゃんさっきと言ってること違う。そうよ、岸沼くん。何を熱くなってるの？
篠崎。ちっちゃい人間と思われるかもしれないが、俺はお前がサトシと仲良くするところなんて見たくないんだ。とにかく俺はこんな茶番には付き合わないからな。
そもそもお兄ちゃんの出番はないけど。
Ouch.
だとしてもだ、俺は絶対に反対だ。
Just gonna leave? Wow, you are in a different art style, huh? To be fair, you look very different from everyone else. These two characters should not be on screen together. Their proportions are entirely different. Oh, all the guys are like, no, me too. I want to be it.
主役は演劇経験者の俺がやった方がいいと思うけどな。
森重も否定してくれないの？
聞こえなかったのならもう一度言おうか。
いや、だから聞こえなかったとは言ってないだろう。俺否定してくれないことを嘆いてるだけだよ。
持田に特徴がないかどうかはともかく、俺もこんな茶番に付き合う気にはなれないな。それにやるとしても主役は演劇経験者の俺がやった方がいいと思うけどな。
Wait, we just repeated that
今
line.
言わなくていいって言ったよね。
Yeah, he's literally repeated himself. I was like, wait, what? It seems like he's repeating it.
ともかくサトシ、お前も反対だよな。こんな茶番に参加するのは。
よしき、お前も否定してくれないのか。
聞こえなかったのならもう一度言うぜ。
だからもう言わなくていいよ。俺が嘆いているのは聞こえないことじゃなくて。
どっちでもいいだろそんなこと。今はこの台本通りにラブコメをするかどうかって話をしてるんだ。
Yoshiki's putting in 110% for his voice acting, and I love it.
な、お前に特徴があるとかないとかの問題じゃねえんだ。だろ？
うん、そうだよな。関係ないよな。でもちょっと気になるんだ。なあヨシキ、お前もそう思ってるのか？
Yeah, but him being bland would make him the perfect protagonist for a harem romance.
ヨシキ、もしもし、ヨシキさん。
どうしても答えないといけないのか。
Oh no.
すごく答えづらい質問だったの？俺に特徴があるかどうか聞くのってそんなに厳しいことなの？
ねえゆかち、もしかしてゆかちのお兄さんって特徴ないの？
Oh my god. They're really just calling it out, huh?
さつきちゃん。だってみんな言ってるし、誰も否定しないよね。でもそんなにはっきり言ったらいくらなんでもお兄ちゃんがかわいそうだよ。
ゆか、まさかお前まで俺のことを。
違うよお兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃんってすごく主人公っぽいよ。
Okay, so she called him Shujinko literally, but protagonisty? Yep, that's right. That is the way you would translate that, and I love that word.
かっこいいし、やるときはやるし、最後はやっぱりお兄ちゃんがいないとだし。
それって特徴があるって言えるのかな？
ないと言ってるようにしか聞こえないですよね。普通の主人公って感じですよね。さつきちゃん。え？でもさゆかち、主人公みたいっていい意味だけど、要するに普通って意味でしょ？
You know, there's two ways of thinking about it. If you said someone's a protagonist of their own life, they might be like, oh yeah, but then if they watch anime, they're like, oh, so you're saying I'm boring and forgettable and get no merchandise?
なことはどうでもいいんだよサトシ。
そうだった。今は俺に特徴がないかどうかなんて関係ないんだった。
サトシ、お前も反対だよな、こんな台本。
俺は。
Oh, he's gonna do
も
it.
ちろん反対だよな。サトシ。
俺は賛成だ。
Buh.
せっかく今日は怖いのはなしって言ってるんだから。ここはおとなしい。
Right, that's why you're doing this, of course.
べきだと思う。
見損なったぜサトシ。お前は自分さえ美味しい目に会えるなら、俺や篠崎がどう思うがいいってことかよ。
違うよしき。俺はただ幸子には逆らわない方がいいって思う。
Right. I hope it cuts to internal Satoshi. He's just like, no, dude, let me have this.
それに篠崎も問題ないって言ってるし。なあ、篠崎も従った方がいいって思うよな。
本気で言ってるのか篠崎。
私さっきもこの台本でいいって言ったでしょ。
だけどよ、でもサトシが主人公でハーレムなんだぞ。
だからそれも持田くんならいいって言ったはずだけど。菱沼くん、何を聞いてたの？
Relationship value go down.
よしき、大丈夫か？なんかショック受けてるみたいだけど。台本にはお前は出てないし関係ないだろう。
サトシ。サトシ。俺はもうお前のことを友達とは思わねえ。
Oh my god, that delivery.
よしき、なんでそこで怒るんだよ。なんでラブコメをした方がいいって分かってくれないんだ。
分かってないのはお前の方だサトシ。
俺、お前が何を言ってるのか分からないよヨシキ。
とにかくラブコメには反対だからな。
This guy is the biggest ham and he's the best.
せっかく楽しい一日にしようと思ったのに、どうしてそんな風にいがみ合うの？
どうしてって、お前がふざけたことを言い出すからだろうが。
No, don't kill the ham.
ひどいお兄ちゃん。もうお兄ちゃんなんて呼んであげない。死ぬ間たちがそういうつもりなら、幸子にも考えがあるからね。
やべえ、激鱗に触れちまったか。
逃げたいやつがチャンスをあげる。もちろん簡単なことじゃないからね。あのドアの先には脱出ゲームがあるの。
Oh, an escape room. I suck at those.
もし
Please watch my Danganronpa playthrough to see me
誰か
cry.
と一緒に逃がしてあげる。一人じゃ寂しいでしょ。
マジかよ。
もしゴールできたらだけどね。
Hey, these halls look familiar. Shame upon the battlefield. Okay.
大丈夫？ラン。
That is a perspective.
平気だよ、嫁。主よ、慈悲深き錠剤の光を私たちをお守りください。
Prayer for light offered up by my dear wife wended its way into the air and was quickly snuffed out by the overwhelming darkness of the school. My name is Ran Kobayashi. I'm a second year at St. Cruz's Girls Academy. And my wife's name is Azusa Takai. She's a schoolmate of mine from the same grade. What sets her apart from so many others, though, is that when she prays to God above, wondrous miracles sometimes come to pass. Whoa, that's a marked change. I'm sorry.
こんなよくわからない場所でも。
Your shirt was not like that in the previous scene, unless it's a different character. Oh, it is.
主はどんな時でも。
No, it's not. I don't know.
私たちを見守っていてくださる。嫁は本当に経験だよね。隣にいると心が洗われるわ。
There's a slight discrepancy here. I'm just not going to point it out. I should point out so there's no understanding that Azusa is not my actual legal wife. We're both still in high school, after all, and we're both girls. So there are many hurdles to overcome before we can make our union official. Our names won't be appearing in each other's families' registers anytime soon. Okay. Sad as that is to say.
気を抜いちゃダメよ。闇に取り込まれてしまう。闇って何か悪いものか？悪いものというか、この空間自体が持ってる力がね。空間自体が持ってる力？教会に行くと感じるでしょ。聖なる力を。まあ、空気が綺麗だなくらいは感じるぞ。
This is such a interesting combination for various reasons.
確かに息苦しいな、ここは。よどんだ空気はよどんだ力が生み出してるの。そしてここにはその力を一身に受け止めてる存在がいるのよ。怖いのか？まさか病？そうね。しかもそいつはもうそう遠くないところにいる。
I could hear it in her voice when she said that. She was shivering. And for it to make my dear wife shiver, it was clear that whatever this power was, it must have been something truly hellish. Are these original characters for this game, or are these other ones? I don't know. Strangely, as I said those words, I felt as though this wasn't the first time I'd said them. Nope, these are very clearly characters from something else. Was this merely deja vu, or was there more to it? A sense of foreboding began to creep over me. I could see her smile despite herself, which helped alleviate my fears, if only a tiny bit. Oh, it's a bit of a love triangle. We have our character to her, and her to Jesus.
Mm. その怖い存在はそこの扉の向こうにいそうなのよね。マジでか。凶悪、 残念ながらマジね。凶悪かどうかはわからないけれど。
When I see that stern, serious look on my dear wife's face, my own face quickly followed suit. Although I swore to her everything would be okay, I could not justify that statement. A steady stream of doubt and unease flowed through me.
いずれにしても先に進むしかなさそうね。主よ、お守りください。待て嫁、ちょっと待て。何？乗り込む前に嫁の髪の香りを嗅がせてくれ。
What? What? Oh, she's okay with it. Because this was my wife, it should go without saying that every part of her smelled positively divine. What? But of all her many smell. Whoa, what is this game? Her hair had always been my favorite, so it took a great huff. Don't use that word. Don't use that word. As if it were to be the last I'd ever see of her, the smell was enough to touch me to my core. My ears are bleeding. Feeling of absolute bliss spreading through my sinuses was overwhelming. Which I mean quite literally, as I found myself immediately fainting from it. That's it, I'm dead. As my consciousness faded, I could hear my dear wife calling out to me, her voice filled with concern. Even then, it was like the voice of an angel, my betrothed in all her splendor. Okay. So I think that is about enough for this quick look of something that I am very not equipped to play. Let's hit that save button. Hit that sick yeet save button. Okay, so if we go back to the title, let's just take one more quick look here and see what else exists in this package for people. It begins. I have no idea what this game is. Apparently it's from 2012 though, or that might just be when it first. Why did I go to options? I've been there. That might just be when it first the first Corpse Party came out. That would be about right. 2012, I think so. Again, the game's binaural 3D voice files. There was a weird sound to them during this whole thing. Definitely. How much music is there? Oops. Here's a bit. That's nice. Gallery of Spirits. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, well, I can't go left and right. Okay, let's just... Whoa, that's a list of characters! We haven't even met some of them yet. Can we even click them? No, we can't even click them yet. Huh. Notes and journals. Oh, there's a lot to find here. This game is chock full for fans, I will say that. Notes. Third student missing report. Okay, so yeah, we have some stuff here about more. This is really great for people who are into this series. How much is there? Okay, I was hoping for... Wow, the first ones are in 1953? 2008? Okay, interesting. There's even a family tree. Z for resize. Okay. I see. Huh. Oh, apparently... Wait, Yoshi... That's the big guy, is the father of Sachiko? Okay, that's interesting. Didn't know that. So we're kind of all related. Got it. I see. Okay. Thank you all for watching this utterly wild journey. For those who are fans, you might be mad that I don't know anything about this, but hey, I guess that's how it be. We'll see you guys next time for whatever else gets sent my way. Ciao.
You can